For 27 years, the people of Wales have been promised better by Welsh Labour, and for 27 years, they've been let down. Nowhere is that failure more stark, more personal, more painful than in the running of our NHS. Because this isn't just about statistics or targets, it's about people. It's about the person lying on their living room floor, waiting for too long for an ambulance that should have been there when they needed it most. It's about patients treated in corridors because there simply aren't enough beds. It's about families sitting for hours, sometimes days, in A&E departments that have been described not by politicians, but by patients themselves as war zones. And this week, we saw yet another damning indictment with nearly 1,000 deaths linked to long waits in emergency departments. Now, that is not just a failure of management, it's a national embarrassment. And let's be clear, this is not a partisan point. Clinicians are saying it. Patients are saying it. The evidence is overwhelming. Our NHS in Wales is under unsustainable pressure, and it's Welsh Labour's record that has led us here. So when the First Minister stands up and says, we know waiting times have been too long, after 27 years, that is not just an understatement, it is an admission of failure. And what we hear time and again from this government is self-congratulation dressed up as progress. They boast about reducing waiting lists, but it was on their watch that those waiting lists reached record highs in the first place. They point to staffing numbers, but speak to any doctor, any nurse, any GP, and they will tell you the same thing. They are overstretched, undervalued, and working in a system that is not meeting demand. This is the reality of Labour's NHS in Wales. And yet we also have to be honest about others in this chamber. Plaid Cymru cannot wash their hands of this record. They have propped up Labour time and again, enabled this government, supported its budgets and owned its failures. They are not the alternative. They are part of the problem. And as for reform, well, they have no original ideas. They will lack professionalism, experience and credibility to deliver. They are just opportunists. They're telling everyone what they want to hear. Even in their own ranks, they've admitted it, calling their ideas populist and ineffective. Now, Wales deserves better than that. So we have a plan, the one that recognises the scale of the crisis left by Labour and matches it with action. We will declare a national health emergency, not for headlines, but to drive emergency and focus across government. We will take immediate action. Rhiannon, of course.
In regard to your last comment, do you accept any responsibility for the 15 years of literal cuts to the Welsh budget?
No literal cuts.
No. You've had 27 years of unhypothecated budget. You could have spent the money how you want. You made your choices. You chose not to spend it always in health. You spent it in other areas. Your problem. You caused it. So we will take immediate action to cut those waiting times, clear the backlog and be allowed, that have been allowed to spiral out of control. We'll guarantee GP appointments within 7 days so people can access care when they need it, not weeks later. We will invest in our workforce because without doctors, nurses and specialists who feel valued and supported, there is no NHS. And we will expand, reopening closed wards, delivering new minor injury units and establishing surgical hubs to get people treated faster and more effectively, all backed by real terms funding increases and a relentless focus on ensuring that the money reaches the front line where it's needed. Because this is not abstract. For many people across Wales, this is quite literally a difference between life and death. After 27 years, Wales cannot afford more excuses, it cannot afford more complacency, and it certainly can't afford more of the same. It is time for change, time for accountability, and time to build an NHS in Wales that is once again there for the people it serves, fit for the 21st century and worthy of the country we are proud to call home. So, Dipro Llawer, this government's legacy is one of failure on so many levels, be that health, the economy, education and infrastructure. But the Welsh Conservatives can bring the real change that this country needs. Deal.